Now let's understand how to handle frames. But what is a frame? What is a frame? So it is a web page, okay, inside a main web page. Okay. So how do we define a web page? By using HTML tag, isn't it? HTML tag, and then there is a closing HTML tag, right? We have head tag and some meta properties or meta tags you will see over here, and it is closed. Okay, head tag. Then we have body tag. Okay, and then in case of this body tag, okay, in case of this body tag, your entire web page would be defined. All the all the images, links, okay, everything what you will see in the website will be defined in the body tag. Now if you want to have another HTML portion inside this body tag, then we can define a frame tag. Okay, we can have a frame tag closing, and then we can go for again, okay, HTML, closing of HTML, okay, head tag, okay, closing of head tag, then body tag, and again closing of body tag. So you have another page inside main web page, right? That way. So if you want to have a web page inside a main web page, then you have to go for a frame tag. Okay. So if any element is inside this particular body tag, okay, say for example there is an input tag over here. Okay, input tag is for text box, isn't it? So if I want to interact with this text box or write some value in this text box, then first of all I have to enter inside this frame and then interact with this text box. I cannot directly interact with this text box. Okay, that we are going to understand and learn from this particular exercise. Okay, so this particular website, you can see frames, no frames option is available here. When you click on no frames, okay, there will be only one particular page you can see. Right. When you click on frames, you will see different sections coming up, isn't it? So actually this is one frame, this is another, and this is another. But this website, I'm aware of this website and it is having a frame that I'm aware. But when you go to a particular website and you see a particular element, say for example this link java.applet, and you want to click on it, so what you will say, webdriver manager.firefox.driver, okay, you'll open the browser, open the URL, find this element and click on it. But then Selenium will be throwing an exception that no such element found exception. Why? Because this element actually is inside a frame. So mm, this no such element exception, okay, no such, okay, element found exception will come only for two reasons. One, okay, web page has not loaded up, but your code is executed. So your code has been executed, but the web page is still not loaded. It is still loading up, and your code has got executed, and it is not able to find the code is not able to find the button or text box or any element. Then you are going to see no such element found exception. This is one case. Second case is your element is inside a frame, and that is why no such element found exception is coming up. These are the two instances. Okay, chalo. So let's go by writing this portion, this code, and then we'll try to understand how to understand, okay, whether the website is having a frame or not, okay, and how to handle a frame. Right now, what we have understood, what is a frame, okay, that we have understood. Now, how to identify whether your web page is having a frame or not, and then if you have understood there is a frame, how to handle it, okay, that we are going to learn. So let's open up another, I'll create another class. Okay, main method, class name, frame handle, main method, finish. Okay, I'll copy this initial portion. Okay, I'll just copy this part, Control C. Okay, then I have to keep this website page, okay, the URL over here. Let's run this code and see if it is functioning properly or not. So it is opening up the page. Okay, up till this part we have written the code and it is opening the page. Fine. Let's close this. Okay. Now let's interact with the element. Okay. In case of Firefox, when you right click, this is a Firefox browser. When you right click on the element, you will see this frame option coming up. So in case of frame, it is very easy to understand if this option is coming, right? This frame, then understand this link or this element is inside a frame. It is very straightforward in case of Firefox browser. But in case of Chrome browser, when you right click, okay, it won't, you won't see any kind of option over here. Okay, you have to directly click on inspect. So this is an anchor tag. So it is a link, hyperlink. Okay, because it's an anchor tag. So I'll copy this. I'll say driver dot find element by dot link text. And what is the link text? This one, and I want to click on it. Okay, fine. And let me give 20 seconds over here. Okay, timeout. So this is definitely going to wait for this element to load maximum by 20 seconds. Okay, sure. Let's run this again. See, the page is loaded, but you won't see the action of click. Okay, it won't click on java.applet. And over here in Eclipse, you have still not got the exception. Why? Because it is still waiting for that 20 seconds to happen. Okay, and that click action has not happened. And see, now it has happened up. So what it says, no such element exception. Okay, so it waited for 20 seconds and it says, okay, there is no unable to locate element, link text, select this. So you can understand, okay, this we have given a good amount of time, but still the element is not found, then it is actually inside of here. So in case of Chrome, this is the way you can understand. Or what you can do is you can have a extension, okay, this kind of extension, that is web developer. It is available in Chrome browser. When you click on it, Okay, it's going to give you all these options, and this is the outline tab. Click on that outline tab and you can see outline frames. Okay, let me close this. So outline frames, I will click and unclick multiple times and you can see the difference. Can you see a difference over there in the web page? There is a very thin line coming up over
Yes,
here, right? Red color,
the red line.
right?
Hmm.
And the sections, like whatever the sections are separated by this thin line. So we can understand that this is one frame, this is another, and this is another frame, isn't it? So it will be outlining the frames. Okay. So in case of Chrome, you can have this kind of web developer toolbar or this extension. Okay. That's it. This is one way to understand, and this is a very practical way to understand whether it is inside a frame or not. So if you want to go inside the frame, there is one simple option. Okay. First of all, let me again do inspect. Now we are aware that it is inside a frame. Okay. So let's search for frame. You can see over here anchor tag, li, ul, div, body, html, and then frame. Okay. Just click on that, or you can scroll up. Okay. You will see html. Okay. And then this is the frame. Right. See, this is one frame. This is another frame. This is frame. When I mouse over on it, the blue section is getting highlighted. So that is frame. And then when I highlight over here, this particular section is getting highlighted. So this is one frame, this is another frame. Combining that becomes frame set. Combining both of them becomes frame set. And let's see, there is another frame. So this is a third frame, isn't it? So that is how they have designed this particular web page. And when you close this, okay, so frame set and a single frame both combines to create another frame set, isn't it? So how they have defined frame set, which is consisting of one frame set and a single frame. This frame set, again, it is consisting of two frames. This is first one, this is second one, this lower one. Okay. Now this frame tag is having name package list frame. So I'll copy this. And what is the index? What is the position? When you start from the main HTML page, this is the very first frame, second frame, and then third frame. So what will be the index of this frame? 0, 1, and 2. That way. Okay. Right now I'm copying this part because in case of frame there are three options coming up. There are three methods, overloaded methods. Okay. So we will be, I'll explain all of the three methods. So just copy this. Okay. Now I'll say before handling or before interacting with this element, I have to move inside the frame. Okay. So driver dot switch to, okay, switch to dot frame. You can see this is a overloaded method. In case of method overloading in Java, we have understood, right? Method name should be same. Number of parameters or data type has to be different. Over here, number of parameters is same, 111, but data type is different, integer, string, and web element. In case of integer, it is taking index, that is the position. So I will say 0. Why 0? Because this frame is a defined first. It is defined first. So index is 0. This is defined second. So index is 1 and then 2. Right? That's it. 0, 1, 2. Sure. So now let's run this code and see what happens. So it has clicked on java.applet. You can see the color has changed from blue to orange and this portion has come up, right? So it has clicked on that particular link by moving inside the frame. Okay. Now, what if I want to click on this link applet, but this element is inside another frame. So consider this as a home having three different rooms. There is no in between a door. There is no door in between these rooms. So what you have to do, you have to come out of this room. Then from the main door of this room, you have to get inside the room and then collect this element at item, right? And then if you want to interact with any of the element over here, you have to come out of this room and then enter over here, right? So we have to come out of the frame or this particular frame, then enter into this frame, then interact with the element. Okay, that way. So for first frame, okay, we have to say driver dot switch to dot default content. Okay, so this is like moving out from one frame to main web page. Okay, now I can enter into the second frame because I am on the main web page. So over here, say for example, if I click on this, it's going to open this portion. Okay, I will right click on this, inspect it. Again, it's a link, anchor tag. Applet is the text. So I'll copy this. And now you can see this anchor tag LIUL div body HTML frame. Let's go to the frame. What is the name of the frame? Package frame. This name is given to this particular frame. So I'll copy this. I'll say driver dot switch to dot frame, and then I'm going to use this method. Earlier I have used this method. Now I'm going to use this method. It is taking name or ID. So if your frame tag is having name or ID as an attribute, then you can use this method also. Okay. So what is the name? Package frame. Okay. So moving inside another. See, developer can create any kind of website with any kind of elements. Now main part is when you do manually, this is all simple. You don't have to worry about these things. But when you are doing automation, you have to take care of these things and you have to go with this specific methods only. Okay, sure. Now I have to interact with this element. Okay, this applet. Okay, so right click, inspect. So copy this text and over here you will say driver dot. Okay, what will be the method? Find element by dot link text because it's a hyperlink. And what I want to do, click on it. That's it. Sure. Let's run this code. It will click on java.applet link and then below applet. Okay, so this is a class applet. Okay, just click on it. Clear? So this is how you can interact with the frames. Okay, this is one example of a particular website. There are many websites which will be having frames. Okay, one of the website which you would be interacting regularly. Okay, probably in India. I'll see. Okay, snapped it. Okay, this is a e-commerce website. application, that is Snapdeal. Okay, when you go to this sign in, okay, this also we will see. Okay, this action, mouse over here, you're not clicking anything. We'll see in next class. When you click on login, internet is fine. You can see this kind of mobile number or email coming up. So you will be writing send keys. This is not a pop-up. This is not a JavaScript pop-up. Okay, alert box. This is different. Okay. Now when you right click on this and when you click on inspect, see it's an input tag. In case of JavaScript alert box, you won't find this input as a tag. Okay. So this is an input tag. And if you mouse, not mouse over, if you scroll up, okay, if you a little bit, you can see iframe, that is with ID, login iframe. Got it? So basically, this element is actually inside a frame. Okay, but because I have interacted with it earlier and I'm aware of it, okay, you can also like do interaction with different websites and then you can understand. Okay, this will come with experience. Okay, so this is the approach you can follow. Okay, first of all, no such element found exception. Okay, go for implicit wait. If it is still giving that exception and you are sure that you are accessing the element correctly, then this could be the option. So look for frame or simply go to Firefox. Okay, this is the best way. Snapdeal. Net is slow. Is anyone connected with Unicode? Just log off from Unicode cast because that might slow my connection. Just go to airplane mode. Okay. So sign in, click on login. Okay. In this is in case of Firefox. Okay. So when you right click, you will get option of this frame. So the moment you get this option, this frame, you need to understand this particular element is inside a frame. Okay. That's it. In case of Chrome, it will be a little bit tricky part. So either by default go for Firefox browser for inspecting things, okay, or otherwise if you are going from Chrome also, it's fine. With experience you will understand all these things. Fine. So this is how you can interact with frames. Okay, this is one portion where I have explained you two methods of frame. Okay, in the next portion I will explain you about the third method of frame. Okay, so right now in this class we'll keep up till this portion only.